Hello, my name is Lisa. Today we are making Nigerian turkey stew the healthy way. Okay guys, hi. So today we are making a Nigerian red turkey stew. I know some of you guys have been asking me for this recipe and I apologize for only doing it now, but I am here now. It's better late than never. So first off, I'm going to show you my ingredients list, and then on top of that, I will still educate you on how to actually cook it the healthier way, because most people, just like myself, I used to get ticked off on how much oil it's in Nigerian turkey stew, for instance, or any red stew. It's just like the stew is swimming in oil, so that will just turn me off, and I'm like, I don't know what type of oil it is and how long it has been sitting, so today we're gonna speak about the different oils that you can use for better benefits. We must all understand that food, it's very important for us. It's nourishment for the body, and what we eat is what we become. We can get sick from the food that we eat, or we can get healthier from the food that we eat. Food has that much impact. So let's get into the ingredients for today. So today I've got the turkey. Okay, and then I have red bell peppers here. And then I have some tomato paste. It wouldn't be a Nigerian stew if I didn't have tomato paste, would it? No, it wouldn't. And then I've got some onions. And then I've got some turmeric, fresh turmeric, and fresh ginger and fresh garlic, together with some bay leaves, another onion, chopped ones, because remember, we're still gonna boil the turkey first before we can now start stewing it. And then over here, we've got some chilies. Red stew has to be chili, okay? And then I've got some fresh curry leaves here. And then some Maggi, of course, we must add some Maggi to make it Nigerian. Do you understand? Then I've got some cloves here. Then now, can we speak about the oils to use, right, to be healthy? So usually when they cook Nigerian stew or the recipe, they use normal seed oil. Now, if we talk about seed oil, it's another ball game. It's another animal on its own. So seed oil, it is known for making us sick. Research has shown that it causes a lot of joint pain. So what do we mean by seed oil? We mean canola oil, we mean sunflower oil, we mean cotton oil. It's a lot. And these oils are everywhere in our diet, everywhere in our food, from anything that is packaged, anything that like chips. It's just a lot. Biscuits, everything has seed oil. So how about we just try to eliminate it where we can? Like, for instance, when we cook our food, how about we just cut it off, because it will also lead to insulin resistance, and you don't want to get there, because once your insulin stops responding, you'll be prone to have diabetes, and nobody really wants that. This is a culprit, and I would say kick this thing out of your kitchen right now. Kick it out of your kitchen right this day, because it's not beneficial for you or your children or your husband or your whole household, your cousins, anybody that comes and eats your food and you have added some seed oil in it. It's just best to just cut it out. So I just bought this one just to show it in this video, but yeah, this I don't use, so you can kick that one out. Of course, now you ask me, Lisa, then what do we substitute it with? So for me, I always use olive oil, and it must be in a dark glass bottle. That's number one. Number two, it has to be cold pressed or extracted. Like this one that I get from Woolies. I love this one. I use it a lot. And also, when you go to the back of the ingredients, it must just say olive oil. It must not have anything added onto that. And even when you open it and you smell it, it must smell like the olives, It must smell like the olive. So when you now see the red stew with oil, at least you know you are eating good oil than now eating the bad oil, And then also I found this one from Jackson's. This one is, the one thing I like about it, it doesn't have any preservatives or any additives, and it's 100% organic, and also cold pressed extra virgin oil. So I've got these two. This is for when I'm frying anything, and this is for when I'm cooking, just to make sure that I still have those good fats coming into my body. So these will be my top three. So top three, at number three, I will have this which is olive oil, and then avocado oil. And then at number two, I will have some coconut oil. Coconut oil, you can find it everywhere, and you must always get the one that is organic and virgin coconut oil, because also it is cold pressed and it's raw. So that's the good one that you must always have. And then what comes to number one? I know some people might take this as, well, then where do we get that? So for me, animal fat is the best. So you can, I don't know if ever in your village or where you grew up, they used to like kill, like animals, maybe a cow, whatever, and then they take the fat out, they cook the fat, and then the fat produces the oil, and then we use that oil to cook. It can be a cow, can be chicken, whatever, then we use that oil. That is good oil, okay? And then you can use butter, like raw butter. That's the one that you must always use as well. Wherever you can find raw butter, try to substitute it whenever you make your eggs, make anything that's very light, then you can use that. But when you're cooking like meals, then I can say avocado oil or olive oil is still the best. It's very hard to just change your whole kitchen at once. Take it one step at a time. Change with your olive oil. You can start with your olive oil or start with your salt. Like the salts that I use, I always use this pink salt other than the normal white salt, because it also has its own problems. So I prefer the pink salt, which is Himalayan salt. So I get this, try to substitute just like that. And then at least then as you're eating the meal is much healthier, the meal is much, it's nourishing to the body, and you don't have to worry about you getting sick from what you're eating. All right, since now I've said all that, can we now move along to like when we make some Nigerian foods? Trust me, if you go to any Nigerian kitchen, you'll find these babies right there. You'll find them in that kitchen, okay? And it's great. Just like in South Africa, we have our own brands. It's great. I used to use it a lot, but I've stopped using these. Not because there's any problem with it, but because I try to move to more natural and more raw herbs for my kitchen or for whatever I'm making. So this is thyme, right? You use it to for seasoning, some flavor. So this is great. So instead of using the actual thyme, I will use the actual plant. I get these at least once in 2 weeks or once in a week, depending on how much I'm cooking that week. Then if I'm cooking a lot, then this will finish. So I use the actual plant. And then when it comes to curry, there is nothing that beats curry leaves, the actual leaves. Nothing, absolutely nothing. I am telling you today, when you fry these big boys right here, the aroma that comes out, it changes the whole stew. It changes everything. So, and funny story today, as I'm just like reading this curry powder, I'm like, actually, let me see the ingredients at the back, because the thyme is just written dry thyme, which is okay. But we don't know the factory where it was made, what's there, just try where you can. Just substitute with the raw things. It makes life easier. So today, as I'm reading this curry powder, I only realized today there's actually no curry inside. That's the funny story. There's no curry in here. There is turmeric, coriander, salt, paprika, onion, garlic, kamni, I think, curry, chili pepper, and black pepper, and that's it. So there's no curry in here. So if you can, just try to substitute with the raw plants. So today, I'm not going to be using these bad boys right here. I'll be using the actual thyme and then the actual curry leaves. And then I'll add some rosemary just for that extra flavor. Rosemary, it's very great for your health. It's amazing. It's unmatched. This and this right here, they are my go-tos. All right, since now we are educated, I'm happy to move along. So now let's cook the actual stew. What I do first, I boil my turkey. So today I'm gonna use pressure cooker because I need it to be cooked really quickly. I like my meat very soft so that when I eat, I don't have to be struggling and fighting with the bone, whatever. That's not my life. So I'm gonna add these in the pressure cooker pot. So after adding the turkey, I'm gonna move along and add the onion, the diced onion. Okay, I'm gonna add that in here. And then I'm gonna add maybe 2 bay leaves inside. Okay, I added 3. I need to blend, all right. So then I'm gonna crush my ginger and maybe 2 cloves of garlic. Then once crushed, I'll just take it out and add it on my turkey. That'll give it just that extra flavor. And then from there, I'm gonna add some salt. Okay. Then some thyme. I'll just cut a little stumps. Okay. Then I'll just rinse these. All right. I'm gonna add the rosemary as well. Okay. Rinse it up. Okay. Thereafter, I'm gonna add the Maggi. This is chicken Maggi. I'll just add a little bit because I already added a lot of salt. Just for extra flavor, let me add these. Okay. Then we're gonna just drop this in the pressure cooker with some water. It's gonna cook for the next 20 minutes. Then we can move along and make the actual stew, which we're gonna add the turkey after. Okay, first off, I will add my red peppers, which is the bell peppers. I don't really roast mine because I like to taste it as fresh as possible. So I will add it in here, then blend it with all these ingredients. So that is blended. Then we're gonna add some onion. So this is like 1 full onion. Then I'm gonna add some ginger again and some garlic. Then some peppers. These peppers, they are so spicy, it's not even funny. So you don't have to put a lot as I am. It's just that like in this house, we're used to chilies at this point. So you can put, depending on your appetite for chilies, you can put the one that you can be able to handle. Then I'm gonna add some bay leaves in here, just 2. Then add some thyme. I'm literally trimming this time. Add it in here. Then some rosemary. So because I just like to be extra, I can add some turmeric. So I'm gonna add just 1 turmeric. I sliced it and this is just perfectly fine. Then I blend this. So this is nice and blended at this point. This is nicely and blended perfectly. It mustn't be too fine. That's why I love this blender. It doesn't make it too fine. You still want it to be a little bit rough in a way, because then it makes the stew really, really nice and very, very tasty. So yeah, it should look like that when it's done. So you see, the red bell peppers produce its own water, so you don't have to add any water as you're frying the sauce. We need to fry our curry leaves. Okay, so I'm gonna add some olive oil. Be generous, because as we all know, that red stew, honey, it's got the oil. Okay, I think that is enough. It covered the whole base of the pot. Then turn that on. I'll just have to wait to preheat my pan, because you can't just add it when the oil is cold. I think now we can add on our curry leaves. They smell really, really, really good. Okay, then now we're gonna add our mixture. Stir that in. So you're gonna cook that until it starts frying. And then we're gonna add the tomato paste. So I'm just gonna cover this, let it cook for a bit. Okay, so now let's check on our food and see how it's going. It has fried, it's looking good. So now this is when we add tomato paste. Okay, let's add some tomato paste in here. Then we stir this in. So we've added the tomato paste, and then we're gonna come again and add some salt and some Maggi cubes. So I'll add just like half a teaspoon, which will be fine because I'm gonna top it up with salt. Then we stir that in. Then you're gonna let it cook for maybe 5 minutes so that the tomato paste can be cooked. Okay, now let's check on our turkey. Oh, it looks so good and it's well cooked, it's nice and soft. This is what I'm talking about. So now we will take the meat out of here and add it on the stew. So firstly, I'm gonna take the actual meat, add it on the pot. Thereafter, we're gonna add the broth from the meat into the pot to create the sauce. Okay. That'll be dependent on how much sauce you want. I don't usually add a lot. So because our turkey, it's already cooked, and our stew, it's already cooked, so we don't have to cook this for long. We're just gonna let it simmer for a few minutes and then it'll be good to serve. All right, our turkey stew, I think it's ready. I can't wait to see. Do you guys wanna see? I can't wait. Ooh, let me tell you something. Oh, this is divine. So there it is. Then now we're gonna plate and I'll show you guys how to plate properly. Okay, isn't it divine? It looks so good. Then we're gonna get into plating. Okay guys, we are done plating. This looks amazing, but first let's dig in. Before we dig in, actually, can I just maybe tell you how to plate your meals? So usually it's supposed to be, not usually, it's supposed to be half non-starchy vegetables, half of your plate must be non-starchy vegetables, and 1/4 should be your carbs, and then the other quarter should be your protein. So here I've got my non-starchy vegetables, which is my lettuce. It can be your steamed veggies, your stir-fry veggies, it can be anything. And then on the carbs, you can add some sweet potato, some potatoes, so basically starch, you know. And then your protein can be whatever that you're eating your food with, can be your meat, in your sauce, whatever that you want. And then this is how usually your plate should look like. This is what we call a balanced diet. Okay. Now, let's dig in. So over here, I've got the brown rice, and then I've got the turkey stew, and then some salad. So first, when you eat, when you've got food that has a quick salad, for instance, or a green salad that has vinegar, so it can be your balsamic vinegar, your olive oil as a dressing, then you can start eating that first before you dive into the food. So I'm gonna first have a little bite, and also I drizzled some crushed peanuts over it just to make it more balanced. So I put some pan-can peanuts. All right, then I use balsamic vinegar together with olive oil. Okay. All right, now let's try our stew, because that's the masterpiece for today. If you know, you know. I like how spicy it is. It's nice and spicy that you can be able to handle. It's not that bad, okay? But depending on how much spice you want, you can add the chilies that you need. This was so good. It was divine. I love the fact that the sauce is nice and sweet and spicy. It's just everything. Do try it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. But I'm sure you're gonna love it. See, my mouth is still watery because this food is really good. Anyway, guys, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel so you get inspired with good and healthy food for yourself and your family. Don't forget, be mindful and stay healthy. It's goodbye for me.